Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Rune. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10. So we'll be looking at the top 10 Academy cards in all the Magic world. And now, at number 10. And at number 10, we got Academy Drake from Dominaria series. It's a common, going for as high as 1 cent. Anyway, at number 10, it's the reason why it's here is because it has flying ability. That's the only reason, because it has, if this was kicked, enters the battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters on it. So 4 plus the 2 colors and an island. It's just like, wow, that creature is not powerful in any way. This is why it's at 1 cent. This is just like a garbage card. But believe it or not, it's better than a few Academy cards which are not on the list because it has flying. Only reason. So let's move on to number 9. And at number 9, we got Academy Researchers from various sets, which is an uncommon, going for a whopping 22 cents on the market at the time of this video, which actually could be more than some rares. Basically, when it comes into play, 1 colors and 2 islands for this 2/2, you may put an Aurora card from your hand in play and attach it to Academy Researchers. That's very, very impressive. Even though it's at number 9, I think this is really cool because you basically get to play an Aura card for free for 3 mana and attach it to whatever it is. Aura cards aren't the best, so this is why it's at number 9, because its ability is not the best, but not the strongest. So let's move on to number 8. At number 8, we got Academy Raider from Magic 2014, a common, going for 7 cents on the market. This 1/1 costs 3 mana to put out, but the reason why it's at number 7 is, as you can see, from the Intimidate ability, which is this creature cannot be blocked except by artifact or creatures that seem to share color with it. So again, it can backfire or not. If the person has red, this Intimidate is useless. But when it deals combat damage to a player, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card, which is again very cool, which also you can use to your effect. Even if he is playing red, maybe you can want to burn his creatures and then you can attack with them and draw, discard a card. So let's move on to number 7, which we have Academy Elite, which is actually, believe it or not, from various sets, and it's a rare for only 16 cents. So this rare is worth a lot less than some uncommons on this series right now. So this Academy Elite costs 4 to bring into play. So it has 0/0 when it says, when it enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the number of instant and sorcery cards in all graveyards. Not very cool, not very great at all. So this is kind of like not even the turn 4 game. It could be anything because of the amount of cards it could do. Unless you're playing Opt 3 turns in a row or whatever, this card is not that good. And then it says remove a +1/+1 counter, draw a card, then discard a card. Why would I pay to do that? Like remove for 3, I can actually put just Opt, draw a card, and don't even have to discard a card. So this is, I don't know why this is a rare. From various sets alone, not very impressive. Let's just move on to number 6. At number 6, we got Academy Manufactor from Modern Horizons 2. It's a rare and it's going for $4.73 at the current time of this market. This card is very powerful and cool, and I think it's cool, even though it should be, I don't know, number 6, it's okay. So basically, it's for 3 colors, it's a 1/3. If you create a clue, food, or treasure token, instead create 1 of each. Boom. That's really cool. And the saying is really cool. It says automated systems at the Tularean Academy sort new acquisitions for optimal use, determining which should be studied, eaten, or sold. Cool picture, cool card, cool subtext, and it's an assembly worker. So that's a new sub creature. That's not very common to see. So let's move on to number 5. At number 5, we got good old Academy Runes from various sets. It's a rare, going for roughly $8.30 on the market. I really like the picture of this card. I really like this card in general. It's a legendary land. It says add colorless or 1 colorless in an island. Put target artifact card from your graveyard on top of your library. Great. So many combos. So many things you can do with this land just for that combination alone. Especially if you're scrying and drawing cards. So blue with Academy Runes. Just a great combination, great card, great everything. So let's move on to number 4. I know this is at number 4, and I feel like most people won't agree with me, but Nephilia Academy from Eldritch Moon. It's an uncommon for only 22 cents. That's right. I like the picture, and the saying is, "May knowledge be our sanctuary." You're an Academy researcher. It says, if a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard a card, you may reveal that card and put it on top of your library instead of putting it anywhere else. So, unless you're playing against a discard deck, this land is very useless. But I put it at number 4 because there's a lot of decks out there, especially just try to mill you to death. And this is why I'm very impressed with this card, and why it is at number 4, only for that sole purpose. And like I said before, the picture is really cool. I'm very impressed with that. So let's move on to number 3. And at number 3, we have another great Academy card. It's Rune, Academy Chancellor from Urza's Destiny. It's a rare going for roughly $5.08 at the market at this time. So it costs 3 to put out. It's a 1/1, but this wizard legend basically says, whenever you or a permanent you control is the target of a spell or ability controlled by one of your opponents, you may draw a card. And if Rune, Academy Chancellor, is enchanted, you may draw another card. So you draw 2 cards. Again, this is very direct, primarily, I suppose, red and black. So if you're playing green Stompy, this card is absolutely useless, like any other specific card in the whole Magic world. But if it's enchanted, you can draw 2 cards. That is very, very good. Especially when you want to have something with Shroud. Putting Shroud on this card will make this card very, very powerful, even more than what it is. So let's move on to number 2. And at number 2, we got Academy Erector from Urza's Destiny, or World Champ 2000 deck. And it's a rare. So even at $39, this World Champ card is going for is very incredible. Or $129 again. Urza's Destiny. So all this Urza's things is basically from Academy, which is really cool. But anyway, it costs 4 colors to bring this 1/2 out. But what's make it special at number 2 is because it says, when it is put into your graveyard from play, you remove Academy Erector from the game. If you do, search your library for an enchantment card and put that card into play, then shuffle your library. So if you have 4 of those in your deck and you put any enchantment, there's no casting cost or anything. I haven't seen anything like reprinted like this in a long, long time. So this is why this card is very powerful. This is why I love it 100%. This is why it's at number 2. But let's move on to number 1. Well, at number 1, I won't have to say much about this card because this is one of the most famous cards in Magic. It is the Tularean Academy from Urza's Saga, a rare going for roughly $226.57 on the market. This Tularean Academy is amazing, a legendary land, because it has add 1 to your mana pool for each artifact you control. So how many islands? If you have an artifact deck, that's game over. You have basically unlimited mana. And the Academy worked with time until time ran out. It's just, wow. I'm not going to go on and on about it, how great this card is, but I guess you can just tell by that. And that's the end of the video. So I hope you guys have a good day and a good evening.